Everybody, good morning. Getting ready for my morning walk. In this video, we're going to talk about Neville Goddard. We're going to talk about feeling as a secret and the real secret behind feeling as a secret. And what I mean by that is, how do you really manifest? Okay, when you're using feeling as a secret, we understand like we're producing a feeling. We're not so much producing an emotional state, it's our feeling. It's our feeling of the end is what helps us manifest. So that's what we're going to talk about. This is going to be a little bit of a tricky topic. It's going to be a little bit advanced, but no matter if you're a beginner, this is going to help you out. Okay. So lo and behold, let's get rocking. Let me get walking here. I got Bo over here. I don't know how the sun's going to be. It's not very windy. Got my coffee, but let's get cracking on this. Okay. Being said, let's talk about Neville Goddard. Let's talk about feeling as a secret. Now, feeling as a secret, the real secret is we're not so much producing an emotional state. It's our feeling around it. That's why Neville Goddard says feeling is a secret. It's our feeling, not so much our emotional state produces a feeling. So yes, it can be our emotional state, but it's our feeling around it. Now let's add something else to it. Now Neville Goddard says, well, you set an intention, you go inside your imagination. This imagination, your 4D world, you're creating a movie scene, and you're producing a feeling around it. Inside your imagination, you can really feel yourself doing it or having what you want, having your attention. Now then he says something really tricky. He says you have to live in the end. Your next phase is living in the end, dwell in the end, pretty much act as if. Okay. Now, if you want to really speed up your manifesting powers, or when manifesting actually works for you, this is how it really works. This is what you got to master. Okay, the Neville Goddard way a little bit. Is when you live in the end, okay, when you live in the end, what living in the end means, you already have what you want. Okay? Let's take a dream car, for example. I always use money, but let's switch it up today. Let's take a dream car. Let's say my dream car is a 2024 Porsche twin turbo convertible, blood orange. So I'm very specific on what I want. Okay, that's my dream car. So let's say that's my dream car. Okay, when Neville Goddard says live in the end, dwell in the end, well, I already have my dream car. It's not about how I got my dream car. It's not about how I got the money to pay for my dream car. It's not about what I do for work to get my dream car. It's not about how the dream car came to me. You see what I'm saying? These are the major mistakes that we play with ourselves, is because when we start going inside our imagination, this is what we start doing. Besides imagining that we already have our dream car, we start thinking how I got it, how I raised the money to get it, what job do I have to buy a $200,000 or $300,000 car. You know what I mean? We start trying to figure out the why or the how, but the why or the how isn't our concern. The why and the how, depending upon your beliefs, is God or the universe. Okay? That's where the why and the how comes from. Okay? It's not you. All your job is to know exactly what you want, go inside your imagination, act as if you already have it inside your imagination, produce those feeling states inside your imagination, and then live in the end like you already have it in your 3D world. Okay. Now let's go to the next phase here. We got a motorcycle coming. Like right there. Just had to pay attention there. Sometimes people do some tricky things with me when I'm walking down the road. But anyway, let's dig deeper, okay? Now, when we live in the end, when we're trying to put ourselves in that state of already have, okay, what makes this really work, what makes manifesting really work is what you got to do. You got to be really aware of your emotions and really aware of your feeling state, okay? And this is what I want you to do. I'll give you a little bit of homework. During the day, when you have little wins, Pay attention to your feeling states. During the day, when you manifest little things, and we all do this, we all manifest little things throughout the day. Pay attention to, be aware of your feeling states. How does that make you feel? Okay. Because, and this is so important to do. I want you to do this. Because once you start paying attention to your feeling states, and I'll give you an example here in a second with myself, is the real secret behind this. The real secret of living the in and dwelling the in is that we, right now in a 3D world, present moment, we have to mimic, listen to this, we have to mimic that feeling state. What do I mean by this? Okay. We have to mimic the feeling state of, I already have my car. We have to mimic that state. Okay. You might be saying, well, Chad, what are you talking about here? Okay. Let's say I already have my dream car. I'm not playing pretend. I'm not going inside my imagination. I already have it. Okay. How would I truly feel? Listen to this. How would you truly feel if you really had it? What are your real emotions you would have if you already really had it? Okay. That's the type of feeling state you have to mimic when you set an intention, go inside your imagination. See, that's what we're trying to figure out. That's what you're really getting better at. You have to mimic that feeling state. Okay, you have to mimic that real feeling state. Had a bee on me. Okay, that's when things finally come to you. Okay, that's why I said you have to really pay attention to your wins throughout the day. How do you really feel? Let's say right now, okay, you might not be living in your dream house, but you're living in a house. Okay, you produce a feeling state for that. Okay, when you're living in your house, what type of feeling state do you have in that house? Like right now. See, that's the feeling state you have to mimic. Okay, and this is the tricky part, because when you want your dream car, the tricky part is you might not know how you would really feel having your dream car. That's why so many people struggle with their imagination, because they don't know how they would really feel even having their dream car. So that's why I tell you that you have to pay attention to other things that you're manifesting in your life. Okay? Because you get more and more aware, you get more and more better at that, mimicking those feeling states. Okay, that's what Never Goddard really meant when you living in the end, dwell in the end, is you're mimicking, and I'm explaining it way different, but you're mimicking that feeling state. Okay, you feel as if you already have it. That's what living in the end, dwell in the end. When you dwell in the end, what dwell in the end really means is you already are living in your dream house. You're already driving your dream car. You're already on your dream vacations. Okay. So that's what living in the end, dwelling in the end really, really means. So that's why when you do this stuff longer, what ends up working for you, why it ends up working, is because you wake up one day and you just do it naturally, and you just end up mimicking a real feeling state of you actually having it. And once you mimic that real feeling state, that's what really influences your subconscious mind. And it's going to come to you, baby. That's what Never Goddard really means. Okay. Now let's kind of switch gears here. Let me give you some exercises. Okay, let's say you want to drive your dream car. Okay, you have your car right now, but it's not your dream car. So every time you drive your car, every time you drive to work, every time you drive and get groceries, you pretend that you're driving your dream car. Okay, when you go out and get in your car, you pretend that you're getting in your dream car. Okay, when you look out in your garage, you pretend you're looking at your dream car. That's how this stuff works. That's like dwelling in the end. Okay, when you want your dream house, you pretend that when you're walking around your house right now, You pretend, act as if you're walking around your dream house. If your dream house has a pool, when you look outside in your yard, you pretend you're looking at a pool. You can see yourself jumping in the pool, maybe doing the cannonball. You can see yourself having maybe get-togethers or parties. That's how this stuff works, okay? And you will get better and better and better with this in your 3D world the more you do. Okay, that will help you produce feeling states. That's why, listen to this, that's why Neville Goddard, if you listen to Neville Goddard, switching hands here. That's why Neville Goddard, if you listen to his live audios, you will always hear him say something like, oh, when you go inside your imagination, always have someone congratulating you. Maybe it's a spouse, a best friend, it's a brother or a sister. Okay, the reason why he's telling you to do that, the reason why he's putting other people inside your imagination is because it helps you produce real feeling states. Okay, because you're putting someone in there that you love and you respect and you care about. Okay, so you can do the same thing. If you have your dream car, you get in your car right now, you're driving to Walmart, get some groceries, and as you're driving to Walmart, you pretend you're in your dream car. As you stop at the stoplights, you pretend other people's watching you drive by in your dream car because you have the best car in town. And they're flabbergasted at your dream car. They're in awe of your dream car. Okay? When you get out of your car in the parking lot of Walmart, you have someone approach you and be like, "Ooh, your car is badass. What do you do for a living?" You know what I mean? That's how you play these games. You play these games in your imagination as you drift off to sleep, and you play these games right in your 3D world. Okay, it sounds crazy. I might sound like a lunatic, but that's how this stuff works. You see, what you're doing is, when you're playing games like this, is you're mimicking what it really, really feels like for you to have what you want. You're mimicking what it really, really feels like to have your dream car. And what will end up happening when you play these games long enough, what will end up happening is you will, one of these days you'll wake up and you'll start playing these games, and for whatever reason, you will exactly mimic a feeling state of you actually already having it. And once you hit that, it's going to come to you. Okay? God or the universe is going to bring it to you. It's going to make it happen. Because that's what it's really, really about. It's about mimicking a feeling state of you really, really, really having it. You're not faking it. It's a real feeling state. It's a feeling state of you actually having it. Now, before we wrap this up, let me give you an example here real quick, and I'll be quick with this because I've said this example a couple times. Okay, one of the intentions I set maybe about 8 or 9 months ago, and could have been a little bit longer. But I travel back. I live in Thailand, but I go back and forth from Thailand and the United States, and to visit my family in the United States. Every time I come back to the States, I usually stay 2 or 3 months. So when I went back, right now I'm in the States, but when I went back to Thailand this last time, I set an intention. I did this the whole time I was in Thailand. I was in Thailand about 6.5 months. I did this the whole time I was there. I fell asleep in the state that when I come back to Thailand, I'm going to come back on a 1-year visa. And you have to understand, I can't explain it all to you, but you have to understand, if you're under 50, you're not retirement age. In Thailand, it's hard to get a long-term visa if you're young. Okay, really hard. Okay, so you have to jump through obstacles to really get one, or even try, or you got to leave Thailand, come back, you doing all that stuff. Okay, so it's not an easy intention. But anyway, I said it. So when I come back to Thailand, I'm coming back on a 1-year visa. So this is what I did. When I lay down at nighttime, went inside my imagination, acted as if I already had my 1-year visa. I could see myself going through customs at Bangkok airport, the customs agent talking to me, asking for my visa. I'm handing it to him. I'm seeing my friends there I have in Thailand asking me what visa am I, how can I stay here because I'm young? What visa do I have? And so I'm imagining all this. I'm falling asleep in the state, okay? And I did this for 6 months. I'm not joking, okay? And I had to come back to the States because my niece is getting married. That's why I came back this time. But coming back, I knew I was going to stay a few months just to visit everybody. So then I got my plane ticket to go back. You want to file a visa 3 or 4 weeks. I mean, no shorter than that. 3 or 4 weeks before your plane ticket leaves, your plane leaves, your flight leaves. So it came down to a wire. It came down to the week that I had to file my visa. And the week I had to file my visa, I still had no clue how I was going to have a 1-year visa. Listen to that. But the whole time, I'm like, I'm going to have a 1-year visa. My mind just checked out. I didn't know the how. I didn't play that game. I just saw myself having a 1-year visa. And lo and behold, when I actually sat down to file my visa, Thailand, at the same time, came out with a new visa for digital nomads, remote workers. It's a 5-year visa, multiple entry. Multiple entry means you can go back and forth, enter and leave Thailand as many times as you want. And I can stay up to 1 year at a time. I got exactly what I wanted. Even better. I got my attention. Okay? And it went down to the wire. It went down to, I literally had to sit down and file my visa when I found this out. So then, of course, I'm excited, I'm excited. I got my attention. It's even more proof that imagination does create reality. It's even more proof. It gives you even more confidence that manifesting works, even though we already know it works. But when something big happens like that, when you really manifest something big, and for a couple of days, I called my mom, called my sister, tell them what happened. I enjoyed the moment. But then I started thinking that, okay, I started thinking about feeling states, started thinking more, where are my feeling states? And when it really happened, this is kind of weird. Okay, after the initial phase of me being excited, does it happen? Like right now, I haven't went back to Thailand yet, but I have my visa. Okay, but it's weird. It's a very weird feeling because now I have my visa, but it really feels like I've had it for a year. See, that's what's weird. When I start thinking about my feeling state, my visa, it really feels like I had it this whole time. Okay, because what happened was I did it for so long, I influenced the subconscious mind, and I produced a real feeling state of me really having it. How would I actually behave me having it? And it came. And once it came, it was almost like I had it all along. That's a weird feeling I'm going through right now. See, and I feel that that's what Neville Goddard is talking about when he says live in the in, dwell in the in. When you set attention, you set your dream car and you don't have your dream car yet, you have to let that car pass. That's what I mean. You have to mimic that feeling state, that real feeling state, that authentic feeling state that you already have it. Okay? That real state that how you're really going to behave, how you're really going to think having your dream car. That's the feeling state you have to mimic, my friends. But anyway, I kind of talked long enough. Just want to share that with you. But make sure you comment below. Remember, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.